Now we are going to see about the lecture 2. Lecture 2 comprises of the characteristics of the database approach. Now when we say about the characteristics, we are having the different types of characteristics of the database approach. Like for example, the first one says that it is having the self-contained nature of a database system. Second one is insulation between programs and data. Third one, the data abstract. So when we say about the characteristics, we are having the first simple description, that is the self-contained nature of a database system. The self-contained nature of a database system means that the DBMS catalog stores all the description regarding the structure, specifying the type, the storage format of each entities of the database. That means in simple manner we can say that this description is called as the metadata, and it allows the DBMS software to work with different databases. So the first characteristics itself defines about the self-contained nature of a database system. The self-contained nature of a database system means that the DBMS is complete in itself. The DBMS contain all the things that are being needed to define any database system. So it is having a catalog, it is having a metadata that specifies each and every description. This is the first characteristics of a database approach. The second says insulation between programs and data. That means what it says, that we are having the program data independence. Program data independence means that if we need to change any internal database storage structure, and if we need to perform any different type of operation, then we don't need to change the whole structure of the DBMS program, or we don't need to change the whole complete system for just making any changes inside in the database. So the second important characteristic of a database approach says that it is having the insulation between programs and data. It allows the data storage, structures and operation without having to change the simple description about database management system to access program. The third is the data abstraction. The third characteristic is the data abstraction. We know that we are having a data model. In this database approach, we are having a data model that is used to hide storage details and present the user with the conceptual views. So when we say about the data abstraction means that what is the total overview of the database. We are considering that whenever a user is applying anything or user is storing anything inside in the database, then the user thinks that the whole of the database is present for his or her needs. That means the data model which is used to hide the internal storage, where the user is not at all being concerned that how much space is available. User only thinks that whatever the data I am having and I need to store it inside in the database, then there is enough space to store the data inside in the database. So we can say that the data model which is used to hide the storage details and present the user with the conceptual model simple defines that we are not concerned with how data is stored and how the operations are implemented. We are only concerned that the data is present and there is enough space inside in the database. So this is the third important characteristic that says about the data abstraction. Similarly, we are having the fourth characteristic which says that it supports the multiple views of the data. You all know that when we say about any application of the database, for example, we are having the DBMS software for university. We are having the DBMS that is being needed inside in the banking system. We are having in the railway reservation system or in various applications. What happens? You can see that the DBMS is not dedicated. The database is not dedicated for one particular user, while they are having multiple users for which they are using the database, and the database is being utilized and used by many users who are living across the world. And if they want to store something, they can store their content inside in the database. If they want to take anything out that is already being stored inside in the database, then they can take. That means the fourth important characteristic says that it supports the multiple views of data. each user may see a different view of database which only describes the interest of that user, and all the things, all the users views are equally being supported by the database. It is not happening that one user will get the more priority in comparison to the second user or the third user. That means it gives equal priority, therefore it supports the multiple views of data. This is the fourth characteristics. While the fifth says that sharing of data and multiple user. A multi-user DBMS, as the name implies, must allow multiple users to access the database at the same time. Fundamental role of multi-user software is to ensure that concurrent transactions operate correctly and efficiently. The common example for this is the railway reservation system. We all know that if we are making any reservation for a particular train to reach from the source to the destination for finding a appropriate seat, that means we are not the alone user. It might be that there are thousands of users working simultaneously to book a seat inside in the train at the same time, and they all are eagerly interested to book the seat. But it is not happening that the data is only being shared by the one user. It will never happen that only one user will get the seat and rest user will not be able to make reservation inside in the train. That means the data is shared equally among all the multiple users, and all the multiple users are having the same information that is being shared. For example, if there are 10 seats inside in the train, for example, there are only 10 seats inside in the train, and there are many users that are interested to book the train. Now, which user will get the seat and how the seats will be divided? It is being selected by the DBMS. For example, the first users that have come into the queue or into the system has taken the seat, but it is not happening inside in the database that these 10 seats are multiple times allocated to the different user. No, only the 10 seats will be booked, and these are booked by any number of users who are 10 in the number. So we can say that the data is being shared among multiple users, and multiple users play the role, and simultaneously they all are having the different transactions that are operating and efficiently being managed by the DBMS. So the work of the DBMS is to share the data among the multiple users, simultaneously operate the different transactions with more accuracy, efficiency, and the correction. So this is all about our example of the university database. Inside in the university database, if we see, we are having the student record, and inside in this student record, what we see, we are having the data item name, we are having the starting position of the record, we are having length in characteristic. So what does it actually define? It actually defines that what is the different types of data that is being stored, what is the position of each record, and what are the length of characters that are being made inside in the different data items. So if we say about the name is the starting position. The total characters that are being supported and needed inside in the student record is the 30 character. That means the 30 characters are reserved for storing the name of any student. Similarly, we are having the student number. Student number starts at 31 position and it is having the length of 4 characters. While the class is having the position at 35th record, having the characteristic of 4 characters only, while the major is having the 39 and it is having the length of characters dedicated for only 4 bytes. So these are the different about the two views that are being derived from the example as shown in the previous figure. What happened? We see we are having the transcript and the prerequisite. If you remember about the previous case of the student database, about the university database that we are going to make, inside in the university database we are having the 6 files. Inside in every file there are values and the description. Now if we derive the two views from the example of university database, in that the first view is the student transcript view, while the second is the course prerequisite view. If we see about the first type of view, that is the transcript view, what we see, the transcript comprises of the student transcript. Student transcript mean student course name, student grade, student semester, student year of course, and the section ID along with the student name. So what does the student transcript describe? Student transcript comprises of the name of the student, course number, grade, semester, year, and the section ID. So we are having the two values for the student name, that is the Smith and the Brown, with the respective courses that these students take. For example, the Smith has taken CS 1310, Math 2410, with the respective grade for the course as C and the B. In which semester they studied? They studied the CS 1310 in the fall semester, year is 99 and the section is 119. While the Math he has studied in the grade with the grade B, it falls in the semester fall in the year 1999 with the section ID as 112. Similarly, the second student has studied these four courses. What are the courses? He has studied Maths with ID as Maths 2410. He has studied CS 1310, another course of computer science with CS 3320 and the CS 3380. These are the respective grades that he obtains for all the four papers that he has studied, and these all papers he had studied in the fall and the spring semester, and the year is 98 and the 99 respectively, with the section ID as 85, 92, 102 and 135. So this is a first view of a student. The view is of a student and it completely defines each and everything about the student name, course and other parameters for the student transcript. Now if we see about the second type of thing about the database, about the second type of view, that is the prerequisite. Prerequisite is being formed by the course name, course number and the prerequisite. Again, we are having the two courses. The two courses are in the name of the course. We are having the two values, that is the database and the data structure, with the course name as CS 3380, CS 3320. These are the two prerequisites that is being needed for studying the database. The first one is the 3320 code and the second one is the Maths 2410. These are the two prerequisites that is being needed to study the course name, that is database, which is having the course number as 3380, while the data structure is having the course number as 3320 and the prerequisite as this. So if we see about this figure, what does this figure actually demonstrate? This figure actually demonstrates the two views of the database. The database that we have seen in the previous case, or in this slide. In this slide, this was the simple example of the university where student, course, section, grade report and prerequisite we have seen. Now when we say about, we are having the view as transcript and the prerequisite. So these are the two views that have been derived from here, and from this we have derived description about the simple database.